You tap your card for groceries, $60, and your bank sends you a little gift, $1.20 back, just for shopping. Free money, you didn't do anything. Except money doesn't work like that. That $1.20 is real. It came from a real person's pocket. In the next few minutes, the fee hiding inside every price tag, the family that pays for your rewards without owning a card, and why this whole machine barely exists in Europe. The story on the bank's website is short and sunny. The store pays a small fee for the convenience of taking cards, and your bank shares that fee with you. Everybody wins. And the first half is true. Every time you tap, the store hands over a slice of the sale, around 2% on a normal US card, more on the fancy rewards ones. It's called interchange, and it's split like a pizza. The biggest slice to the bank that issued your card, a sliver to the network, a sliver to the processor. On your $60 of groceries, more than $1 leaves the store before the milk leaves the cart. Now, the store didn't agree to this because it wanted to. The card networks have a rule. Take one of our cards, and you take them all. The metal rewards card with the fat fee rides in on the same rule as the basic one. The store can't say no at the register. So it does the only thing a store can do with a cost it can't refuse. It raises the price on the shelf. For everyone. Stand in the checkout line and look at the person ahead of you paying with cash. Same milk, same shelf price, same 2% card fee baked into that price. Because the store bakes it in once for everybody before anyone reaches the register. The cash payer just paid the card fee. They don't have a card. They get nothing back. Your $1.20 didn't come from the bank. It came through the shelf price, part of it from you and part of it from them. Beat 32 payoff, reaction. Economists at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston sat down and measured this. On average, a cash household loses about $150 a year into this machine, and a card household collects about $1,100. And because the big spenders hold the fanciest cards, it runs uphill. The lowest income household hands over $21 a year, and the highest income household pockets $750. Think about that for a second. A conveyor belt of small change running quietly through every store in America, from the thinnest wallets to the thickest. Not a scandal. Nobody's stealing. That's the design. Obvious fix. Charge card users the fee directly. Two prices, cash price, card price. Stores tried. For decades, the network's own rulebooks flat out banned them from adding a card surcharge. Take the fee silently or stop taking cards. It took an antitrust settlement in 2013 to crack that wall open in the US. And even now, several states still restrict the second price tag, so most stores don't bother. The gas station with a cash price on the big sign? That's the crack in the wall, made visible. Legally, it's usually a cash discount because a discount was always allowed, and a surcharge wasn't. Same math, different word, whole industry. And America has already run the experiment of capping the fee once on half the system. In 2011, the Durbin Rule capped interchange on debit cards from big banks at about 21 cents a swipe. Watch what happened next. Before the cap, banks showered customers with debit rewards, points for buying groceries with your own money. Within months, debit rewards died. Not shrank, died. Banks pulled the programs almost across the board because the fee that funded them was gone. Nobody repealed generosity. They repealed the pipeline, and the generosity evaporated on its own. Credit cards were left uncapped, which is exactly why every amazing rewards card in your mailbox is a credit card. The rewards live where the fat fee lives. Follow the perks and you've found the pipe. There's an arms race on top of it. The fee isn't one number. Premium cards carry higher interchange than basic ones. That heavy metal card with the airport lounges? The store pays more when it taps. And the fancy cards are taking over. Premium cards went from 15% of US card spending to 60% in about 15 years. So the corner bakery pays the top rate to fund a lounge it will never see. Economists ran the whole machine again in 2026 and put a number on the flow. About $30 billion a year, sliding from cash and debit users to credit card users. Beat 76 payoff, reaction. Now fly the same $60 cart to Berlin. Tap a card there and the store hands over, almost nothing. In 2015, the EU capped interchange at 0.3% for credit cards, a tenth of the American slice. And watch what happened to the rewards. They shriveled. European cards mostly don't shower you with cash back because there's no fat fee to share. Same machine, different sticker. Which quietly answers the question this whole thing has been circling. The 2% was never generosity. It's a pipeline. Cap the pipe, and the gift dries up on schedule. Back at your checkout. The register beeps, and the $1.20 is already on its way to your account. It's still worth taking. The shelf price is the shelf price whether you collect or not. But you know what it is now. Cashback isn't a reward. It's a refund of a markup you never saw collected from everyone returned to some. So, the person ahead of you in line counting out bills, what did their groceries cost? Same number as yours. Look again. Next time, you spot a charge on your statement you never made, and you press the angriest button in banking. Dispute. What wakes up on the other side is a machine with a rule you will not believe. That's next.